All right, good morning, everybody. This is the Fantasy Sports Bus with your Monday night wrap-up. We had two games. We had some wild performances that jived with the rest of week two. Jalen Hurts and Josh Allen look like they want to battle it out for the MVP award this season. We'll get to the Bills in a minute, but we're going to start with that Eagles-Vikings game because this one, the Eagles are scary. And by the way, before we go any further, if you're not already a subscriber, hit the subscribe button, hit the notification button as well. So you're made aware when new videos are posted. But anyway, getting back to the Eagles are scary. This team is really set up. And if you Jalen Hurts, anybody who's criticized Jalen Hurts in the past, including me, really just needs to stop entirely now, because the one question that we had coming into the season was Jalen Hurts going to progress as a pure passer? Well, last night against the Vikings, 26 of 31 passing, 333 yards, 1 touchdown, 1 interception. And then on top of that, Hurts runs for 57 yards and 2 more touchdowns. So Jalen Hurts right now is putting up monster fantasy football numbers, and it's not even worth debating anymore in terms of him being a passer. 26 of 33, 26 of 31. So and 3 more touchdowns total, including the running, and the running's always going to be a part of the equation that makes him so extra valuable. But yeah, Jalen Hurts, anybody that drafted Jalen Hurts, my goodness, you're getting it, just monster weekly production so far, and I don't think it's going to stop. All right, on the flip side for Minnesota, Kirk Cousins, a little bit of a dud for him, actually more than a dud, 27 of 46, 221 yards, 1 touchdown, 3 interceptions, just didn't have it, ran for 20 yards. He's very touchdown dependent. Since even though he had the 20 rushing yards, that's a fluke. Kirk Cousins is not going to help you on the ground, unlike Jalen Hurts. Jalen Hurts can get away without a passing touchdown as long as he's running for the yardage that he typically does. Kirk Cousins doesn't have that, so if you ride with Kirk Cousins, this is the risk you get when you have a dud such as this one. The running game, again, a tale of two teams here. Miles Sanders. And he's another one. Miles Sanders was, just like Jalen Hurts, criticized heavily, and rightly so. Missed a lot of time with injuries, no touchdowns last year. Second straight solid, very good game, actually, to start the season. 17 carries for 80 yards, average 4.7 a carry, 3 catches for 6 yards. So, it was nice that he had 3 catches. He's squeezing out PPR numbers as a running back, too. More valuable as a flex, but you like to see the fact that Sanders got 17 carries, Boston Scott only 4, and Kenneth Gainwell 2. So this is moving towards almost like a bell cow situation with Miles Sanders. Now, Jalen Hurts stole 2 touchdowns. Well, I wouldn't say he stole 2. I mean, the 20-yard run. But he's going to steal touchdowns. All right. So that's the only negative right now. And in injuries, that's really the only problem I see for Sanders, who's running really well and has run well when he's been on the field throughout his young career still. Jalen Hurts is going to take touchdowns away around the red zone, just like Josh Allen does to the Buffalo Bill runners. All right, Dalvin Cook, 6 for 17. Ugh, just a brutal game for him. 4 catches for 19 yards. So 2 straight scoreless games to begin the year. I don't think Cook is fading by, he's 27. He's getting a little bit up there. But I don't think we're there yet with him. And he gets the Lions next week, who are just a sieve in terms of giving up rushing yardage. So I think we're fine with Cook. Just a slow start. He had 13 fantasy points last week. Obviously not much happening in this one. 6, 7 is just about, a complete dud if you really look at it. And the fact that he hasn't scored a touchdown in this new Kevin O'Connell offense, which stubbed its toe, in this game, more than mildly disappointing. All right, the receiving game. Dallas Goedert led the Eagles, 5 catches for 82 yards. But Devontae Smith, I completely shut out last week. No catches, really looked to be the third wheel in this offense. Well, he responded, 7 catches for 80 yards. And really was the guy. A.J. Brown, 5 catches for 69 yards. Wasn't terrible, but it was Goddard and Smith who led the Eagles in receiving this time, not A.J. Brown. That makes them more dangerous because now Hurts can go to one of 3 different guys and target them heavily if need be, depending on if coverage is rolled one way or the other. All right, Adam Thielen led the Vikings, 4 catches for 52 yards. Adam Thielen is really A slow start for him. He's just a flex play now. I wouldn't even consider him a wide receiver, but the biggest bust was Justin Jefferson. 6 catches for 48 yards. So the Justin Jefferson truthers, in terms of drafting him over Cooper Kupp, so far, wrong call, because Cooper Kupp has balled out in both games, and Justin Jefferson did in the opener, but not in this one. So Kupp's in the lead right now in that debate between the two. You know, I think Justin Jefferson is phenomenal. He's going to be great. No issues here. It's just a bad game. Irv Smith Jr. showed some signs of life. 5 catches for 36 yards and a touchdown. You know, he's like a dime a dozen tight end, like a Hayden Hurst, Evan Engram, you know, Logan Thomas, any of those guys. If you're really in need of a tight end, you can go there. So yeah, this was just a ass kicking in so many in so many ways. And you know, I think Dalvin Cook, you know, scoring only, you know, seven and change fantasy points is a big problem for him. But I think he's going to be okay. But Jalen Hurts is really the story of the night, and at least in this game is concerned. Now, the other story of the night, of course, is the Buffalo Bills connection of Josh Allen and Stephon Diggs, which, you know, Gabe Davis missed the game with injury, so you had a feeling that this was going to be a potent connection, especially, you know, against a Tennessee team that really doesn't look very good. Was once the class of the AFC, but is really looking like they're fading quickly. So Josh Allen, he has no peer right now at quarterback. 26 of 38, 317 yards, 4 touchdowns. Allen also, you know, picked up only 10 yards rushing, only ran it once, didn't have to do much. You know, if you were looking to make a miracle comeback in this game and you own Josh Allen, you love the production, but then of course the Bills just blew the doors open in this game so quickly that Case Keenum wound up coming into the game and relieving him, leaving some points on the board. So it could have been even better. And as far as Stephon Diggs, Jesus, 12 catches, 148 yards, 3 touchdowns. You know, we talked about Devontae Adams. We talk about, you know, Justin Jefferson, Cooper Kupp. Stephon Diggs is every bit as good as those guys. And in drafts, he fell behind all 3 of them in quite a few leagues, including Jamar Chase too. But with Gabe Davis out, it was as clear as day that we were going to get this kind of day from Stephon Diggs, and he didn't disappoint. He is still as good as there is. Isaiah McKenzie owners, not great. 2 for 37. You know, the average was good, but he failed to come through as the Gabe Davis replacement. Dawson Knox 4 for 41. You know, that was pretty much it. It was all Stephon Diggs and nothing. The running game, James Cook led the Bills, but a lot of that had to do with the garbage time aspect of this. 11 carries, though, for 53 yards. He averaged 4.8 a carry. So James Cook, you know, I picked him up before the game as using my handcuff running back strategy, and I think I'm going to hold on to him for another week just to see if this does do anything, because Devin Singletary was bad, 6 of 19. Zach Moss was, you know, only got 3 carries for 17 yards. So is there an opportunity for James Cook next week? I don't know. We'll see. I'm going to hold on to him. All right, now the Tennessee Titans. This is bad, folks. I'm not sure if it looks like we're heading toward a rebuild with this team. Ryan Tannehill, 11 of 20, no touchdowns, 2 interceptions. He was terrible in the playoffs last year. Malik Willis came on, only completed 1 of 4, but ran for 16 yards. Lost a fumble as well. If the Titans continue to play like this, Malik Willis is going to get in there. And Willis did some huge things in the preseason, like a Jalen Hurts light, in terms of running all over the place and sprinkling in the occasional big play with the passing game. So this bears watching. I don't think you pick up Malik Willis yet, but you know, if you start seeing whispers in the news media about, you know, Tannehill's job being in jeopardy, I would make a play in Superflex leagues for Malik Willis, because he can run the ball so well. All right, the running game, Derrick Henry. I told you to stay far away from him this year. Not, 28 years old, lots of tread, coming off an injury. But the most overlooked aspect, this is not a good team. And there is no offensive support to help prevent stacked boxes. And so Henry just has no room to go, has no room to run at all. It was bad. 13 of 25, 1.9 per carry. He fell into the end zone, thank goodness, to salvage something of this night. Didn't catch a pass. You know, you're stuck with Henry if you drafted him. If you went against my and many other people's advice, you're stuck with him. You got to keep starting him, but not good. All right, Treylon Burks 4 for 47. So Burks, you know, this was a good game for him, and I think Treylon Burks, as the season goes along, is going to get better and better. But I don't want any part of this offense. Robert Woods 4 for 39. You can cut Robert Woods. There's no point in holding on to him. This team is a wreck. All right, so there's the wrap up, guys. Hit that subscribe button. Hit that notification button. I have a couple of crisis point videos that are going to launch a little bit later on today, so make sure you look for that. And yeah, more videos to come later. We'll talk soon.